absolutely Alphas out here with Tone
and Trina
out here to deliver to you the rawest album reviews on the internet, period.
Yes, period.
So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and notification bell immediately and comment below. At any time while you're watching it or after the show, just comment.
And share it with your friends.
Share with your friends and comment on iTunes too. We're on iTunes also. We're on all platforms.
Just about to say that.
The comment, most importantly, here and out on iTunes. But go ahead, my bad.
Yes. And we're on all platforms, streaming everywhere. Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you're following us and you're sharing with your friends. We're also on Patreon and a new app called Himalaya, so you can tip us there as well. And we thank you guys so much for joining us again. We appreciate your support.
Thank
you. We love you, and we just can't say how much we really, really appreciate you guys. So thank you.
It's all because of y'all.
I do want to start out with another, marathon continuing. Rest in peace, Nipsey. It's sad,
course, yeah.
Tragedy. I'm hurt about it still, and I had to mention it. So
yeah. And he was one of the greats.
Lauren London, she's so beautiful. She's so sad. It's so sad.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it. It's
like
still
Nipsey was one of the greats though. Like we didn't have a lot of greats, and I guess we never do. I mean, they owe someone nowadays anyway. But it's like he's one of the few. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was.
But today, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say he was an elite. That's all. You know what I mean? It was a big loss.
Well, how was your week though?
Oh shoot! Thanks for asking, sis. Yeah, it's
How was your week, bro?
Yeah, I'm taking it in stride. Still making it in here. Building more with this show and other parts of life. You know what I mean? Just building blocks. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. Just chipping.
A little bit there.
Just chipping away.
That's what's up.
So yeah, you know what I mean? It's I got a good rhythm going. I think with everything.
I think you do too.
All of my careers and ambitions and hobbies and all that. How was your week?
My week was fantastic.
Good.
I took a nice quality nap on the beach yesterday after brunch.
Quality naps out Shore Drive, Chicks Beach out here.
Chicks Beach. It's a beach that's not very populated. Like all the tourists, it's not a touristy beach. So
the restaurants out here banging though.
Yes, food was fantastic. I had a Beyond Burger. That's the vegan burger. That tastes like. I'm like, how do they do that? So yeah, it was a good weekend. I went out, had a friend visit me from shout out to Joy. She was on the show before in her first season. She came to visit. Got a dresser from IKEA. IKEA opened last Wednesday here in the Hampton Roads area. I'm used to IKEA and be more because there's two, one in West Baltimore, one in White Marsh, and yeah, but it was exciting here. I went on the opening day and got me a dresser and a few other knickknacks. Got these cool little pillows.
Wow.
But
you got like a bag, like a medicine bag or like refrigerator bag, look like that, yo.
Yeah.
It look like
my up there, my lunch bag. You see
that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's
my lunch bag.
It looks like familiar.
I noticed up today too.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be reviewing Anderson Paak. He has another album out. I know it's only been 5 months since he released Oxnard. Yeah. He's staying with his theme of the beaches on the coast of California. This is another California coast, and it is called, what's the name of this one? Ventura. It's his 4th studio album, and he worked with Dr. Dre on this a lot. Dr. Dre had a heavy influence on this album. I think he even leaked a release a couple of months ago.
Gotcha.
But it's a very R&B album.
Yeah.
It's lacking in hip hop.
It's a little different, Yeah. So just giving you a different type of review. I mean, nowadays most artists are rap singing, so it's it's some different shit.
And
get with the times.
When I was listening to it, like at the end of the day, I felt like he just likes to hear himself sing. Because a lot of his singing sounds similar. I feel like he just wanted to be like, I want to do an R&B album. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He does have a soulful voice, but a lot of his singing sounds very similar to me.
So, hopefully it doesn't take you off on like a tangent.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But I want to ask something. But like, so when you say his singing sounds similar, do you think that like a whole like true R&B artist usually has different sounds in them? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, okay.
I feel like even with the melodies, I mean, like his beats might be different.
Yeah.
But like the melody of his lyrics to me sounds similar. Like I feel like all his albums start off.
But typical R&B,
the same R&B sound.
But typical R&B artists don't do that. Is what you're saying?
I don't think so.
Okay,
no.
I got you.
No.
And I like the one thing I'm gonna disagree with you on is like I thought the beats sounded like throughout the album though. I thought like they all sounded like old school like.
It did have an old school Motown vibe.
Disco funky Michael Jackson shit. Like I thought the whole album sounded like that. You know.
I agree with you on that. You want me to do my play-by-play, or you gonna do yours? Mine's quick to the point.
You can go first, please. Go ahead. It doesn't really matter.
So there's 11 tracks. The first one is "Come Home" featuring Andre. Another thing I want to mention: it's a whole chick album. It's R&B. It's a whole chick album,
basically.
And the features he has on here, with the exception of Andre, I do think Andre 3000. I think his verse was very poetic and beautiful and eloquent and everything, but I don't think he utilized his features as well as he could have, because I don't think they're on there enough. I mean, like the track with Jasmine Sullivan, she's like barely on. She's like just singing along with him.
Yeah.
And then Smokey Robinson, I don't.
That was probably a sample. The Smokey Robinson was probably a sample.
But it wouldn't say featuring if it was just a sample. I don't.
Well,
think.
we talked about that on another album before though.
Did we?
Yeah, like because I thought like I forgot what artist it was, but I thought somebody was actually on the album or on the song, and you said no, that's just a sample. Like you corrected me.
But did it say featuring on Spotify?
It said featuring on there, but you was like nah, that's not really them though. On there. You told
I don't think we did.
That's what you said. That you put me on that. I was like okay, shit, I didn't know they could do that, but
I didn't know they could do that.
You told me they could.
I know. I heard you say that. I told you 5 times. Okay, back to my review. This is a I Want You Back theme, Motown vibe, like I said. He wants to lay you back, and then at the end of the track, he's like, "Oh, we can be friends, I guess." You know.
I guess, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Maybe.
None of the songs stood out to me either. I'll mention that. Number 2, "Make It Better" featuring Smokey Robinson. I like this track a lot, actually. This is probably my favorite one. In the video, they have a video, I guess, GIF on Spotify. He's like walking with flowers in this burlap coat, this black and white burlap coat. I thought that was interesting. He has a very interesting look to him. Number 3, "Reaching Too Much" featuring Layla Hathaway. It's okay. It had a Prince vibe to me. I thought
it's all that era, yo.
That like, whole Prince Motown. You know, number 4, "Winner's Circle." So basically, he found a winner. We talked about the intro.
Okay.
What's the intro? What do you say?
Wait, was that the intro? He's talking about the boxer show?
Yeah.
Oh no, so basically the intro was like it wasn't him. It was some guy saying that you find only like about 3 good women in your lifetime.
Right.
And it like those are your odds.
Sometimes they can come all at once.
They can all come at once. You might not even necessarily date any of them. It's just that it's how many good women you actually encounter. Whether you actually take the opportunity or you know or not. Like, you know what I mean? As
we encounter the amount of boxers.
Right, you might, you know, so it's like, he compared it to like Sugar Ray Robinson, how rare like a great virtuoso boxer comes along. Like Sugar Ray Robinson, like, you know, because Sugar Ray Robinson is like the greatest ever, and like it's been almost 100 years since he was around, you know.
100 years?
He was around like in the 50s, I think.
So it's 2050 right now?
I said almost 100. So I'm saying it's most of 50 years. I low key I gotta look up like his death date. You know what I mean, or like when like he was fighting, because I know I think it's like around the 40s or 50s. But I'm saying it's a better part of like 100 years.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
All right, so that's number 4.
I'm being dramatic. My bad.
Number 5 is "Good Heels" featuring Jasmine Sullivan. It was only a minute and a half, and she was barely on there, so whatever. Number 6, "Yada Yada." He referenced, this is like a come-up track. This is a coming-of-age song. He's telling where he's came from, where he's been, how he's got there, what he's accomplished. I do think it's interesting in the beginning that he mentions that he's Brenda's only son. So I instantly took that. Perhaps his mother's name is Brenda.
Right.
But he could also be talking about Brenda from Tupac.
It's a Tupac reference.
Legendary "Brenda Got a Baby," but Brenda's barely got it. So he could be that Brenda's only son as well. Yeah. Which I think is interesting also because in my comedy channel, I want to do a backstory on Brenda.
Oh shit!
And like what she was going through with her baby father, and I mean, even though Tupac go into that, I just want to do like the after that video.
Yeah.
It's probably not that. It's a little dark, I guess.
Or like, what if like Tupac said Brenda had a baby and the baby was like Anderson Paak, like that's why his name is Paak and shit. Like
he's giving me content, and I appreciate that. So yada yada. Let me look back into that. Need some research.
I like that. That was actually I always continue to analyze albums after we do these shows.
Yes.
And Yada Yada is definitely one of those songs I'm gonna go back to and like listen to again.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like really dig into it some more.
Certainly.
Yeah.
King James, I like this track. It wasn't my favorite, but it was my favorite as far as theme goes because it's like an ode to LeBron. And he said, you're philanthropists and they can't gentrify the heart of kings. That's a quote from the song. And that's a profound quote because they can't gentrify the hearts of kings. It's a praise, feel-good track, and I appreciate that. Number 8, The Chosen One, featuring Sanaya Elise. He speaks on the type of lady that he needs or would like to have. The beat's kind of weird. It's a sample of Mac DeMarco's On the Level. If you guys know what that is, comment below. Because I didn't look into that too deep. But there's a sample of that from there.
I'm glad you even found out. I thought that was like one of the worst songs in the album.
Yeah, I didn't like it that much either. I didn't like Brandy. Fucking Brandy was on Jet Black, number 9, and number 10, Twilight, It was produced by Pharrell. Shout out to Something in the Water. He has a good woman that keeps him grounded, and that's what he's talking about. That's pretty much it. But like Brother said, all the melodies of the beat, they all sound very similar.
Yeah.
Like very ding 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 70s vibe. That's what. That's your favorite dance too.
For 70s shit, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Number 11. What Can We Do? Featuring Nate Dogg. So this was interesting because it had some unreleased vocals from Nate Dogg on there. Very subtle, and like I said, I don't think he utilized his features effectively.
That might have been another sample. Again.
Right. So,
another loop.
All in all, I gave it a 6. Very commercial, cookout vibe. I don't think it was
cookout. I like that.
Yeah, it's a very cookout
I like
vibe.
that cookout vibe. I like that.
Definitely something you play at a cookout. Not heavy on hip hop lyrics. It really wasn't that much of a hip hop album.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The features are good again, like I said, but he didn't use them well. And like I said, I think he just liked to hear himself sing. So that's my review. 6.
Appreciate you, sis.
Thanks, bro.
And good, very good analysis there.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, all right. So basically, like primarily an R&B album. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's us doing something different because we're in this era now. I mean, granted, 20 years ago, hip hop wasn't as I think crossbred. I don't know if that's the word I was looking for, but I don't think hip hop was as crossbred or infused with R&B or other genres as it is now, 20 years ago. So, that being said, I mean, I know the thing now, it's even, especially with the mumble rappers, I can't even say even, especially with the mumble rappers, like with your newest type of artists in the mainstream, is rap singing. So you have, more conscious, concept focused, more, I guess, calm type of artists that aren't so like gangbangy. Like Anderson Paaks and Childish Gambino,
it's more soulful.
That rap sing, but they're more soulful with it. You know what I mean? But it's still like it's the norm
They're
now.
not gangster rappers.
It's the norm now, and so I can give 2 ratings to this album just based on that from that perspective.
Okay.
Because from a hip hop perspective, I'm still gonna because you still have new artists that are coming out that are evolved lyrically and actually bring the bars and don't do none of that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like that's still happening.
Don't call it bullshit.
That's still happening today. It is what it is though. You know what I mean? But it's like Anderson Paak. He's a rap singer or a singer rapper, whatever you want to call him. And I mean, he decided to, you know, explore his R&B art, his R&B talent on this R&B roots in this album. You know what I mean? That's what he decided to do.
What if he was really an R&B artist who was trying to rap the whole time?
You know what I mean? But that's where we are nowadays. It's like, you know, and it's like, what do you even, you know? I'm not really, you know, we need to like Google what that genre is for this shit, because it's probably like a new genre that is official now. But from a pure hip hop perspective, I'm still gonna go by the metrics and keep it real with y'all as far as what happened on this fucking album. So King, right? Like I promised you earlier, the most raw reviews on the fucking internet. You feel me? That's what we're gonna deliver to y'all. So, the only concept track that I really picked up in the album, in my analysis, was King James. Like you said, talking about LeBron James' contribution. He's still fucking singing on that song. He sung the whole. There are only 3 tracks in the album that he raps.
He was mad.
There are only 3 tracks. It's 12 tracks.
11.
He raps. Anderson Paak raps on only 3 of the 11 tracks. The best verse is of course 3 Stacks. In the first opening track, it was probably strategically placed there because 3 Stacks has the best verse in the album. So that was probably on purpose. Okay, like I said,
Andre 3000.
Like we always talk about how albums are front loaded or end loaded or like they're strategically like ordered. We talk about that, you know, a lot more lately on the show, and I'm going to reiterate that. Like I mean, I think that he could have anticipated this kind of criticism from people listening, and that he put that song in the front, because 3 Stacks definitely had the best verse in the fucking album. It's from a hip hop perspective. So his only bad verses come from the songs "Come Home."
He did have the best verse on that.
Well, not his. I'm sorry, not his. Okay, "Come Home" is the 3 Stacks. That's the opening song.
That's the opening song.
"Come Home" with 3 Stacks. 3 Stacks kills it. 3 Stacks is a ripper. You know what I mean? He kills it.
Say Andre 3000.
3 Stacks is a god. Andre 3000. I call him 3 Stacks. It's cool.
I like that.
But the only other 3 tracks. I mean, hold up. It might only be like 2 other tracks. I got "Winter Circle" and "Yada Yada" that I counted as the only tracks where Anderson Paak was rapping. So there might not have been any other tracks where he was rapping. Then as I was mentioning briefly earlier while you were doing your review, I had chosen one as the worst song in the album. "Twilight" is pretty bad too.
Twilight was bad.
Make sure you skip both of those songs if you're gonna listen to this shit.
Did you like the song with Brandy?
Okay, so Jet Black and "Yada Yada" are my best beats. I was very pleased to hear Brandy come back. Brandy's also someone a little. I'm a little biased towards. That's one of my crushes. Been trying to smash Brandy for a minute. You know what I mean?
Damn, smash.
So
okay, smash.
He said a couple things on "Reaching Too Much." I think that's the 3rd track, "Reaching Too Much," that I was feeling. So he said, I see you too much, baby. I need to take some space. You kiss me too much. I forgot to wash my face.
Dang, that's mean. I
treat you too much. Why don't you ever pay?" But that's not one of his rapping songs. He actually sung all that shit. So I didn't sing it any way that he.
Well, like you said, it's called sing-songy rap.
But like, you know, it's not sing-songy rap. I think it's like, you know, I mean it can be, but like he literally does both. Like he sings and raps at different increments.
Yeah.
And you got people like Lil Durk that literally do like rap singing. It is a blended genre or like execution sometimes or flow, but
that's why that
it's I mean we're in that era now where like it's, you know, it's like
acceptable.
It's crossover, you know what I mean? It's the crossovers. I mean, like, and I you know what? Honestly, I remember when you know, in a cipher, like having these kind of like discussions, like this in a group, like what we do the show for. Like the kind of hip hop ciphers where we have these kind of discussions, we used to be very resistant to the whole crossover shit. Like, you know, and but it still is what it is. I mean, it's like if we're a hip hop show. That's what we do. We're a hip hop show. So
we're not R&B reviews.
You know what I mean?
Reviewers. We're hip hop reviewers.
We're hip hop reviewers. So it's like this is what came out. You know, and Anderson Paak is strongly in the hip hop genre. His last album was hip hop, you know, a lot more hip hop, you know, mostly hip hop.
Right.
So, just because of the 3 Stacks verse, you're gonna get by with a 5 in this album. I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10. just you just got bound at. You would have been like a 4 or 4.5.
You'd have been a -7
in real life. You know what I mean? But like and Yada Yada and Jet Black are two of my best beats. That really but like you said, I mean none of the beats are super memorable or impressionable.
Right, yeah.
But
I wouldn't bang anything except for probably the first one.
Right, yeah. So it's like, but those are my two best beats in the album. That you make sure you check those out. They have a good melody to them and a good combination of instrumentals and how they hooked it up. You know what I mean? Make sure you check those out. But yeah, 5 out of 10. That's what I got. So make sure you comment below.
6 out of 10 for Trina, y'all.
Yeah, so 5.5 average. Make sure you comment below.
Let us know what
your rating.
Please.
Who we should review next. What kind of reviews you want to see next.
Yeah, let us know. We're doing some interviews coming up here soon. We got some people that have been inboxing us that we want to get back to and give some exposure to.
Oh yeah.
But let us know what you guys think. If there's some albums that are coming out that you want to hear our take on, let us know about that. So
what you want to see different in the show.
And what you want to, yeah, because we've been getting a lot of feedback and we've been trying to incorporate a lot of different things and we appreciate it. Like the idea to move things back a little bit so we have a different scope of vision for you guys. That was a suggestion and we took that and we did that. So whatever you guys suggest, we're going to do it because we want you to be happy and we appreciate you guys for listening. I hope you have a wonderful week. You got anything else?
That's all I got.
All right,
I enjoy myself doing this for y'all. And y'all take care and make sure you comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Hit the notify bell.
Any questions?
Comment iTunes.
Yes.
Follow us on all platforms, all social media. Any social media that you're on, it's Absolutely Alphas everywhere. All podcast platforms, same thing. There's just search the handle Absolutely Alphas. And if you want questions or concerns, if you want to do something more personal, email us absolutelyalphas@gmail.com. Thank you guys again. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Mwah. Peace.
Oh, you don't know. Chasing paper, you don't know. Yeah, they hate you, you don't know. She won't break, you don't know. I'm the greatest. Oh, you don't know. About the blow, you don't know. About my dough, you don't know. She at the dough, you don't know. What we doing, nigga? Make a lot of moves, count a lot of paper. All I wanna do is count a lot of paper. Make a lot of moves, count a lot of paper. All I wanna do is count a lot of paper. Stack my paper. Never been a sucker, nigga. I can't hate ya. Rather scream, fuck a nigga. If it ain't about the green, what we about to do then? I'm headed to the club. Bunch of 30s in my crew then. Tryna get my shine on. Make us spill a wine on. She dancing cause my line's on. Pull up, let her grind on. These ball mains and diamonds. She whispered that I'm fine on. And I